Welcome back, everyone, to session 20 of Occupation. Let's kick it off with a recap. The crew last time had just gotten back from their, let's say, morally dubious mission with the CC-RU, where they found a powerful ally within the galaxy. The CC-RU have advanced droids, incredible technology, but they also have a bit of an unscrupulous manner in which they power their technology. They utilize their a species that they've pretty much conquered, the Pwek, and utilize them as living fuel. Through a process called entrenchment to power their droids, power their starships, and achieve this crazy tech. The group had a mission down there where they had to try to convince or learn more about them and decide whether they wanted to bring them into the galactic fold in the fight against the Yuzon Vong. They were able to convince the CC-RU that they needed to join up, needed to become part of the galactic fight. But then the group had to decide whether or not they would support the CC-RU and some of their practices that go against many of what the factions believe. But the group decided that the power the CC-RU offered was too much to pass up at this time. Though Val is training up those four CC-RU that they took with them to become like a new resistance and liberation front. Once the war is completed and they're no longer, the CC-RU are no longer necessary for the galactic war effort. After that, the group had some downtime to pursue their own ends with each of their factions, kind of having a little bit of a rough go with both the Yuzon Vong and the Republic. After finding out that Supreme Chancellor Oveno's son, under his direction, was supplying the resistance as well as conquered Yuzon Vong planets with Republic military tech and resources to help continue the fight against the Yuzon Vong. Supreme Chancellor Oveno was forced to flee Coruscant, and a new chancellor was named, Supreme Chancellor Avon Organa, who has been pretty much working to appease the Yuzon Vong, and has now brought the Republic out of their armistice, or was retaining their armistice with the Yuzon Vong, but no longer being neutral. The Republic's kicked off its old grudges with both the Republic and the Dominion and the Mandalorians, sending their fleets out to continue the fight, as well as the Haypins. With that, the Supreme Chancellor was forced to flee and go into exile, and the Republic is kind of split in two a little bit, with some of the Republic's armed forces joining the resistance and trying to join Oveno's efforts, but a lot of them might still concentrated underneath the new Supreme Chancellor. With that, though, the groups had a chance to kind of aid their own factions and the events that they're going on within. Though this was not a good day, or a good week, we should say, for the Tafanda station crew. I think Horace may have stole the whole group's luck with his downtime. He was able to rescue the beleaguered planet within the Hape sector, Zeltron, bringing their spies, their military, and even some of their wealthy industrials off the planet ahead of the Republic's fleet coming in to bombard it from orbit. But on the other side, it was a bit of heartache. The Mandalorians, still beleaguered by the Yuzon Vong, who continue to press closer and closer to Mandalore, lost another planet. Navarro has fallen to War Master Vakan Choka's forces, putting them within stone's throw distance from the planet Mandalore. On the other side, with the Dominion, the Shapers under Nim Yin were able to score a bit of a symbolic victory against the Dominion, striking them on their political capital planet, Unilist, unleashing a bit of a plague and virus there that decimated some of their ranks and has just thrown their capital planet into chaos, showing that the Dominion can't even defend its own citizens. At the other side, in Hutt space, Val attempted to hunt down and find this tainted spice that had been filling the Hutt cartels and the space that they controlled, poisoning their people, and just pretty much just laying havoc and chaos to the Hutts, who often use spice to keep some of their populations and people under control. Val was able to find that Ryloth that recently fallen to the Hutts invasion, or the Yuzon Vong's invasion. The Yuzon Vong had started poisoning that spice and utilizing their own agents to distribute it and cause chaos. Val was able to find the factory and stormed it with some of his forces, but unfortunately was repelled, keeping this tainted spice in production. But with that, the group does still have some downtime on the side to pursue their own ends, whether it be enhancing your tech, looking for new gear, or even just other ends within the galaxy, anything that you wanted to focus upon. But before we get into that, one thing, you guys are going to get a message from the Resistance. And it's going to be like, it's not going to be like a live message. It's just going to be kind of a canned message from the Admiral, giving you a heads up about something that has taken place over the last week. You get Admiral all this grade, and you see he's got just kind of the grim face, just definitely something he's not glad about giving this message. But you see Vexen begin to go into it and goes, to find a station crew, Varus, Kadera in particular, I felt obligated to let you know at the earliest. The Exchange and the Yuzon Vong have captured Dash. We believe he is still alive. We've got intelligence looking for him, but he has gone missing. He was taken during one of our operations. Keep an eye out. With rumors that the gardener has disappeared, we wanted you, in particular, Vars, to be aware. Stay vigilant. And you see the transmission ends, but before the transmission ends, well, Val, but Dash, how was Dash captured by the Yuzon Vong Exchange combo?
Yeah, so hearing that the gardener has not been able to communicate, and assuming he has been captured, of course, Caesar has come up with a brilliant plan to send Dash in to retrieve both of them. And so
Caesar's been missing for Caesar's presumed dead.
Oh no! What? No!
No! It could still be Caesar.
It could very much still be Caesar.
Oh my goodness!
Actually, that is brilliant. So yes, Dash believes Caesar has set up a brilliant strategy for him and sent him into battle. But unfortunately, through the retrieval process, Caesar disappeared and left Dash all alone on the planet. And eventually, he ran out of ammo and was taken captive.
Yeah, so you guys just get like this, like at the end, kind of like this crisp report from Admiral Vexen. Dash disappeared. Did not report for duty. We learned 3 days later that he was on a Yuzon Vong hostile planet on his own. We've heard that he did significant damage to the Yuzon Vong forces. Apparently, one of our spy satellites caused some of the explosions from space. But eventually he was captured. We don't know why he was on that planet. It was not a mission that was ordained by Resistance leadership. But his presence will be missed. And then you get the transmission cutting out.
With the recent loss of Navarro and then the recent disappearance of a friend, Lars just looks defeated a bit. He's tired. That Beskar's getting heavy.
Why do I just imagine him looking at that, like, joked about photo of the old crew?
Just yeah. Let's
It's just hidden. Tell us.
Caesar's dead. Gardner's missing. Vash is at best captured. Yeesh. At least Dichi's in. Oh, that's right. He's in the Republic. Damn it! Well, yeah, no, that's Vars is just dismayed by the news. He's this whole thing's taken a lot out of him. Each week he's unsure he's gonna have any more to give.
Definitely, it's kind of the war, and especially with the Republic going from its neutral stance to its attacking its, if not former allies, at least former compatriots in the fight against the Yuzon Vong. It is kind of a gloomy mood throughout, not just to find the station, but you even see some of this kind of gloom, uncertainty in your own factions as well. The Mandalorians, known for being kind of the stoic, stoic a little lot less the black jokes or the kind of the banter that goes along with the Mandalorians, more kind of gritting their teeth, getting things done. Sith, often ominous and looming, pretty much the eyes burning gold, far more ruthless than even normal, unleashing their full might anytime. The Huts, they're getting a little desperate, probably the best word, but actually no, desperate fits. The Huts don't like to be in big wars like this. Usually they would try to bribe or make a deal of their way out of it, but the Vong aren't really people you can make deals with. It's with the Republic turning against them. They're just anxious. Kind of, the mood is sour anytime you talk to the big bosses. And Horus with the Jedi, it's probably a little different for Horus. You just see kind of how the Jedi are feeling on this one, because they really don't like to contact you. But when they do, definitely more grim. You could definitely feel them trying to trust in the Force, but you feel that even some of them feel that their faith and their trust in the Force is thrown off a bit by these beings that have come from outside the galaxy, outside the Force, and have broken up so many traditions within the galaxy. With that, you guys do have some downtime. You do have time to prepare for the upcoming events, pursue your own interest, gather materials, resources, whatever may have you. So what do you guys do?
I am going to try to look for another relic because Malachi's power is just growing. So I'm just looking for all sorts of ways to keep on capitalizing on that and just unleashing it in the most absurd ways. Especially with the recent change in his abilities, which have not yet been revealed to the party. Hopefully that's as ominous as it sounds, and when that first roll comes, it's healthy. But I want to look for another. What was it called? I have one of them already. I've got one more attunement spot, but I don't think it requires attunement. No. Okay, well that doesn't apply. But I want to look for another Ring of Apprentice Force story, if possible.
Yeah, sure, go for it. Stacking up the powers over there.
Oh yeah, especially with one of my level ones. I'll just put 3 of them inside of that thing and have some freebies available. Yeah. What do I need to roll for this?
Yeah, so you guys work with the Huts, so you're able to find the items without having to spend the credits to find them. but you do need to roll to see how it goes on the D100 table. So roll me either perception and investigation check, and then we will get into your D100 roll to see how pricey it is once you do find that ring of force storing. And what is that level? Is it a prototype? Or not prototype, premium?
It's a premium. Okay. That's not bad.
All right, roll me a D100 and add. Roll me a D100.
Just a flat?
Flat D100.
Okay.
All right, that is rough. I forgot how bad that price is going to be. All right. So you find a seller asking 5 times the item's value.
Oh, dang. Okay.
So we have to roll out for the premium, or do we actually? Let me see what the basic could be, because we have to do the premium rolls. You got to determine how expensive that's going to be. But if you even want to pursue it with 5 times, unless you want to use an inspo or something.
Oh no. No, I'll just keep note of that vendor, and there's too many people around, so he won't die this time. But probably next time for sure. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. That'll be me. Short and sweet.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's just resources within the war are getting tight. The minions kind of snapping up. The other Sith, the warriors and lords, masters around are all trying to snap up the relics. All try to get their own hands on it, and it's causing a little bit of a bidding war with the procurers, the people who will dive through old Sith tombs and war sites to find that they're finding a lot of people willing to shell out some credits. Unfortunately, this guy's he's got a couple other Sith willing to pay him a handsome price. Perfect. Who wants to go next?
I'll take dibs on next.
All right.
So, this is a bit of a strange one for a horse in particular, but seeing the dour state of the galaxy and the growing, looming, really, you can only say darkness that's encroaching upon everyone, I feel like Horus would feel like someone needs to do something to lighten the mood is the wrong thing, but to inspire morale. At first, he wasn't going to do it. But then, he sees some of the Jedi beginning to doubt in the Force, and he goes, yeah, no, someone needs to do this now. Fine, I'll take care of this. And Horus hasn't really been the one to been known to really inspire morale before. But he's still going to try it, focusing his efforts more on the Fonda Station and the people surrounding them, the factions that have thrown their lot in. So the Jedi, unfortunately the Sith, the Hutts, the Mandalorians, trying to bring them together in a bit of a celebration. The fact we are still here, that the galaxy still remains after all this time. That those who have united, that we are not going down easy. The Fonda Station survives. And of course, he'll be cooking at it.
Nice. All right, give me a cooking check. Which I forgot what we decided was the skill for that. I think wisdom did we decide, or was it dexterity?
It might have been wisdom. I hope it wasn't dexterity. Ooh. I unfortunately need some. No, I'll need someone to roll that for me.
Oh yeah, I'll roll that for you, man.
Thank you.
Are you just proficient in it, or are you
Just proficient.
Okay. All right, so how does Horace go about kind of building up this feast or kind of set up this celebration for the Tefanda Station crew and some of the faction representatives aboard it?
Probably a lot by hand, like stuff made by either him or those who actually want to throw their hand in helping. It's not the most prestigious, honestly. It's probably more like a big cookout, using one of the rooms in the Fonda station, setting it up almost like an auditorium with tables with tablecloths over them and chairs set out. It's not the height of opulence by any means, but it's honest, and we even have a little stage set up. So if anyone wants to speak on the matter, kind of say their piece on the universe at large, they can. And maybe a karaoke machine if I remember if those exist in Star Wars or not.
I have to imagine with all of like the different music in Star Wars and my favorite weird name, the Jizz Whalers, they have to have some type of karaoke machine. If anybody that's not familiar with that, George Lucas decided to come up with that name. That's not something I made up. But with that, yeah. So you rolled a 17 on that one, so you kind of get the preparations going, trying to get the Tefanda Station crew, whether it be your direct companions or the Roydian mutts or the refugees you guys trained and armed and helped to kind of become part of your own forces. Just all these disparate groups that you've brought together, including the CC.
The CC are not invited.
Oh, yeah, there's only one CC
are not invited.
So luckily, you could easily just exclude him. He's monitoring all the droids, but they only sent one because they're super afraid to leave the planet. So he kind of drew the short end of the stick. Everything else is pretty much George.
Horace would have put the fear. Yeah, Horace would put the fear of the Force into him, just like lying to him, just saying, "Yeah, some of the meat can be pretty toxic to you. See, be careful what you eat. You might croak."
I just imagine Val would just like be waiting for an opportune moment to ensure that an accident happened. Nah, who am I kidding? Val wouldn't do that. He would just try to murder him.
You're gonna accidentally murder someone. That just seems wrong.
Yeah, that's dishonest. He'd just kill him.
He'd challenge him first. I don't know what the duel rules are consenting to a duel, but he'd challenge him to a fight. Probably fight. But the CC rep, like he has not like really left his room. He forced the droids to move like all of like the control equipment into his room and everything that he needs in there. And he's just holed up in there. He's between poisoned food, the hunter of hunters not really caring for him. He's not really feeling super welcome on Tefanda Station. But the CC Root droids have been very efficient, helping out with some of your ends. But yeah, let's see how this goes. At least how the setup goes, or how everything kind of
all been
together for.
The setup's gone well. Let's see if bringing all these factions together in the same room also goes well.
Yeah, not super well. Actually, not really well.
Yeah, I'm not. To be fair, the Jedi, the Sith, the Hutts, the Mandalorians, and the ones we had, Circa, all entered the same room together.
We're losing you a little bit, Burger. At least I am.
Exactly.
Oh, you sound like you're coming better now. Say something.
How about now?
Oh.
No, you were roboting, and I think I lost you completely. Yeah, well, he's coming back online on that side. Yeah, it is a bit of a hard scene with everything kind of going. Actually, I'll wait for him to narrate it back. Let's see.
It turns out his warning was accurate. Somebody actually died.
Burger, you back? Well, wait for Burger. Does any of the other crew come to what this may be a bit of a not low key, but bit of a downer party?
Sure. I got nothing else going on. I might as well be impressed in public.
Okay. How did it go? How did the roll go?
It didn't go well. You rolled an 18, which roughly the D100. Malachi rolled a 12. You rolled an 18. It's been a little harsh with D100s.
Yeah.
Yeah, bringing together the Jedi, Sith, Mandalorians, Hutt, mercenaries, and more probably wasn't the best of ideas. In the comical sense.
You see, most people just aren't really in the mood to celebrate. You see, like, it's one of those parties, like, after it feels like a party after a funeral. Not like a funeral where people are happy and telling good stories about the person that died. It's one of those ones where everybody rocks up with their own bottle and sits away from people and is just drinking heavily. It is an awkward scene. You definitely, Horace, you've had to break up some fights between the Mandos and the Sith and the Jedi. They're roiding mutts and pretty much everybody. It's an awkward scene. Well, nobody got poisoned with your food. You did kind of get somebody a little bit sick with them, and not sick in kind of the traditional sense. One of the species you got there just had a little bit of salt, and salt's. I mean, who doesn't like a bit of salt? But after he had that salt in him, he is just true addiction going through, and kind of realize afterwards his species not allergic but highly addictive to salt. And I am blanking on the name. It's A something. Is it Arcanians? It's A something, but I'm blanking on the name.
Like the big brain humanoids, like the really smart ones. If so, that's Arcanians.
No, it's they've got long arms. I read a book about them a while back, but they're super addicted to salt. I always found it funny because
that's hilarious.
Just straight up table salt. Let me Google it. Oh, Arconas. Was a something. Not sure how to pronounce it, but we'll say Arconas. So you see this guy that got these big, kind of V-shaped heads, wide eyes, almost look like bats. It one dish, a little bit of salt in it, and you just see him just cookie monstering through it. And they eventually have to sedate him and put him under some Bacta.
So the horse just looking at this is kind of shaking his head, his apron from cooking, and he'll look to the fauna station crew and he goes, "I believe this would have went better."
I'm just imagining in the subduing of the Arconan, like a humanoid puts his hand over his mouth to try to stop him, and then he tastes the sweat on the humanoid, and then it gets really weird.
Somebody does get a robot thumb at the end of the day, though.
Oh man!
Perhaps one of you should take to the mic. Maybe not for the life in the mood.
See, Val enjoyed this party. This was a party for Val right here. Random fights, no one talked to him. Fantastic.
Val,
I thought
say
Val
something
was
to
probably brawling in with half the crew. Mando was going to start fighting. Val's still there. Jedi versus Sith. Val's still there.
Yeah.
Var spends the whole fight just pulling Val off piles.
Why? Who decided a cookout would be a good idea?
Man, will go down in history. I just have a feeling this is going down in history, where the universe came together and all agreed This was a shit party.
Oh,
Bad timing.
Bad timing, some good food, but yeah, just poor timing. Even for those who are trying to get into the festivities, like they continue to watch like hollow reports of the Republic's advances, along with the Yuzon Vong. There's just so much going on right now that it's hard for the people to get in the mood for levity. Though Val did have a very good time.
priorities.
All right, Val Bar.
Say
What do you guys open
courses-
the 100 streak?
I can go next. And so I was thinking about this for a while on how I'm gonna treat. Like at some point, Val is gonna say, "That's it, we're fighting," and I'm taking my makeshift army of 4. And so I've decided on
The time is
a
now.
mechanic here. The dice will decide. And so Val is going to go and use his downtime to train. And so he'll go train on his home planet with some of his mentors, along with the 4 Pwek that's going to go train. And so the mechanic on this, I'm going to train for a feat. And so I remember last time someone had made a comment, if I was luckier, I could have beaten the robot. And so I am going to train the luck feat. And when I'm done training the luck feat, Vars is peacing out and starting a rebellion.
All right. I forgot how many weeks it takes for a feed.
A lot. So we're good. The dice will decide.
Oh, yeah, 40 work weeks. Okay. But potentially you could get that way lower if you roll well. I think you can get up to what, 5? If you have 4 is the best you can go.
Okay. Okay.
So with this, what's Val training with himself, and kind of how is he working with these new Pwek recruits and trying to like whip them into shape? Like, how's Val going about it?
Yeah, so Val doesn't actually believe in luck. He believes fighters makes their own luck. And so really it's the skill with the blade. And so it's really about the speed, precision, and power of which you can move in battle. That is how you stay lucky in a fight. And so it's just about kind of pushing the pace with his crew, and just continuously movement in fights, continuously overpowering your enemy.
Nice. Give me an athletics check, because you just kind of like pushing them, keeping them fighting, keeping them moving, keeping them kind of pressing forward.
All right. All right.
Okay. Skill
Plus
training.
5.
+5, yep.
All right.
All right, give me a D100. You're kind of going through, putting them through some hard workouts, the jungles. See how that pays off for them. Oh, shit. You guys got like bribe Foundry or something. I don't know what.
Yeah.
What is the condition for that?
You have become unluckier somehow. You rolled a 12. That's +5.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Your training falters, advancing only half a work week towards completion.
Yeah. So what throws Val off this week? Is he kind of spending too much time kind of focusing on training these Pweks, distracted by being home? What kind of throws him off a little bit in this training? He still gets some good workouts in, but
yeah.
So
in Val's society, children are trained since they can walk. And so he just starts going through the motions that he would with a new trainee, maybe someone of pre-teenage age. And he quickly finds out that these Pwek are not up for that. And so he constantly has to stop and wait, and quickly grows frustrated with them, as it's like trying to work out with a 4-year-old.
These Pwek, like they were ready to throw down with you guys earlier. But they've definitely not been formally trained. Like they are struggling. The heat is probably giving them some difficulty on that side, and like some of them were trying to like imitate your stances, but I felt that I was like going through it really quickly too. It's like, it's a hard week for everybody involved. But you are at 39 and a half weeks, but if we ever get you down there, that'd be the Val heading off with his new mercenary band. All right, Vars, the D100s owe you something. Like,
You'd think.
You gotta be the one to break the streak today.
Yeah. By somehow rolling a 1. No. Well,
It would be funny.
I mean, I'd laugh through tears. So, Lars thinks that maybe he just needs he needs to lead. After a bit of hemming and hawing and feeling sorry for himself, he realizes that, no matter how dire the situation is, the goal has been and always will be victory, and we can't let setbacks hold us back. So time to lead with some new threads. So, question.
Mm-hmm.
I know that SW5E threw in some funny stuff about proficiencies with trained, proficient, mastery, it's whatever the hell. Are you playing with those? You messing with those at all?
For proficient, nothing past that.
Proficient and expertise, and that's it, right? Okay. In that case, thank goodness, because that was going to get stupid. It's interesting, but like it feels tacked on. Parts of it.
Yeah, the mastery, and I forgot what the legendary, I forgot how they're named. But yeah, they're basically with the D20, you can't go that far.
It's like, I'd like to never fail, please. We're all rogues together. All right, so in that case, I'm gonna get Vars a cloak, a cape, so to speak. Finish off that Mando look. And I don't know what you would rule for, like, what sort of okay. That's right. For the hut like hookup that we have, we don't have to search for items that are at what rarity?
I think is it advanced and below or prototype and below, whatever's lower between the two of those.
I'm not even going that hard. I'm just going for at most premium. So
perfect. Yeah, so kind of the same thing as Malachi on that side. So roll an investigation or perception check. You don't have to pay the 1,000 credits. You have to look for it. Basically, just how it determines how your D100 roll goes for the pricing.
All right. And another thing, would I be able to just search for the cloak by itself, or would I be able to scoop in the modifications that I want to get? It's one premium, one standard.
The standards you can buy on their own.
Okay.
So standards you don't need to use dial type for. You can just buy straight up. Okay.
Then I guess I'll try to get the other thing next time. Let's roll for a cloak. Roll a D100.
Yep. We'll do the perception or investigation first, so we can see what you add to your D100.
All right. Let's see. Let's see where it gets us. Hey, starting strong, baby boy.
You get your bad luck out of the way early. Let's see. So it's just a straight D100 roll. How does that come out for you?
Oh,
7. Right. That's pretty decent. Let me see.
That's not bad. I'll take it. Better than everything else.
Oh, let's see. I switched from that.
If you were to add everyone else's together, it would not match up to that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you just get you find a seller asking for the regular value. So it's just a straight deal on that side.
Lucky me.
Sweet. So one last roll. Roll me 2d8. Keep the highest. And we're going to times that by 750.
Keep high? Oh, yeah, now I roll high.
Okay.
Yeah.
750. Luckily, it's just a straight value, though. And pull my calculator. I don't feel like doing that math.
6K.
Not too crazy.
No. Hey, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it. All right. And I get a cloak. Yahoo.
So what does Var's new cloak look like?
Should give that a little bit more thought. But I mean, his armor scheme is mostly black and red. I wonder what white would look like as a cloak. No, that'd get dirty too quick. Impractical. Banish the thought. Probably just keeping up with the color theme of his armor. A black on the inside, red trim on along the side of it, and kind of like a V sort of shape at the bottom.
Okay.
Just, yeah. I mean, something to give him a bit more gravitas when he enters a room. Because what I'm looking to get is just the standard Charmer's pattern. It goes from one step from proficient to expertise. So, nice. Man, so how much would that run me back?
Oh yeah, I forgot to do that too. So, roll 2d6, keep the highest, and times it by 200, then cut it in half.
Okay, 2d6.
Or just times it by 100, actually. Just that's the easiest way to do it.
Oh, I keep the higher, so yeah, not 8, so 6, and then
so 600.
So okay, yeah, yeah. All right, and now I have expertise in persuasion because we don't have a face, so yay. Or at least not a friendly face. I know that our resident Sith here has high charisma, but he ain't friendly. And that's okay. We have our strengths. This is your strength.
You're able to get your cloak. It's going to make your way back to find the station. And first, when you make your way back to kind of your room, kind of the area that you've kind of claimed as your own within to find the station, give me a perception check.
Uh-oh. I should have gotten the one that increases perception.
Solid. Within your room, kind of like this space, and I imagine Vars is probably... How does Vars set up his room on to find the station? Does he put much thought into decorations to it? Is he utilitarian?
Very utilitarian. It's just what he needs. Any personal effects are few and far between, and they're typically hidden away.
You get in there, and you kind of see, like, on the desk that you've got in the room, it looks like somebody's rifled through it. Like, somebody's recently been in, kind of like, not delicately, they've been rifling through kind of your stuff. With a 23, too, you hear people outside of your room. It seems like they're kind of trying to move quietly, trying to move stealthily. But you've been on battlefield, your senses are pretty attuned, and you hear kind of the clink of a boot upon metal, kind of the shifting of people getting into position, and kind of hear all that going through for you.
Yeah, no. If his whatever the get ready, that doesn't see with the contents of the desk being rifled through, that being a surprise, and then that movement outside the door. He's gonna get as far back from the door as he can, and get ready for whoever the hell's gonna make the point. Whoever the hell's about to announce themselves.
This is about to be a very, very tragic surprise birthday party.
Horace just walks in with a cake and gets shot.
I'm liking it a lot. That took a while for that.
Yeah, I think you're lagging, and you went full robot there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, so Vars, you kind of hunker into position. You just have this sense of foreboding. You hear kind of the clank of boots, hear the shifting of kind of weapons being drawn. Before we get to you, though, we're gonna get to the rest of the crew on this side. We'll pick on Malachi first. So Malachi, you're on board. Actually, when not doing missions, what does Malachi usually do on board to find the station? Like, what does our resident Sith get up to when he's not bombing Gamord?
I am just a fountain of rainbows and unicorns as I walk around, and I make everybody just feel so invigorated. No, at the moment, I think I'm walking around and I'm just testing my force powers, specifically Siphon Life. And I'm just walking past people, and anybody with a decent perception, or depending on how my stealth might be, I'm just like, you see a finger just stick out, just like this, point at somebody, and the person that I'm pointing at just goes, ugh.
You just suck. Like
Do the people on the station?
Just practice makes perfect. I'm just like, not too much, just a little bit, just a little bit of a life there, distance vamping them.
That's not what I expected. Okay.
I don't know what else I'm gonna do.
You're draining the soul out of our employees.
I didn't understand a single word you just said.
They're gonna get a union.
He's
You're sucking the soul.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah. So drain life. I mean, that's a bit noticeable.
Well, it's not like I'm just walking around casting, and it's just more like we'll chalk it up to just kind of this aura. So like as I'm walking around, people tend to just feel a little bit weaker around me. Just kind of the thematic element, again, kind of hinting towards these new powers that I've obtained. There's just kind of a different direction that Malachi has taken to, instead of being this harbinger that his reputation has been built around, this storm of chaos. It's becoming much darker than that now, and maybe a little bit more finely tuned and focused, refined and refocused chaos. But I guess outside of the doom and gloom and the walking shadow that is Malachi, I'd be paying attention to any sort of intelligence reports. I'd definitely be trying to keep tabs on Dominion specific stuff, but also Malachi has taken a liking to the people that he's with, and he does respect VARs, so I would definitely be looking, kind of walking back and forth between whatever command station that there is to get the most recent updates on Gardener's status and Dash's as well. I don't know them. I don't really care about them, but they're important to VARs, and we need a win, especially in the midst of everything that's been going on.
Definitely, as you're kind of walking through there, you see that people are starting to give you like a wider berth, especially as you walk past, and one of them sneezes, one of them eyes grow a little bit bloodshot, and definitely you feel really good. Like you feel a little bit invigorated, but you do see people give you a very wide berth as that goes through, and as you're kind of calling upon the force and kind of reinvigorating yourself, you do have a little bit of a nagging. Give me a charisma save to kind of see if you can puzzle this out through the force. Nice. Yeah, you feel kind of threads of anger, threads of harmful intent. You feel one fairly strong in the force, but with an almost alien mindset, kind of resolving, kind of calling upon the force itself to ready to do battle. And with 23, you're able to kind of pretty quickly pinpoint it. Like it's in the station. You kind of get glimpses of images in your head. You see kind of the outside of Vars's room. You see them kind of preparing to fight a Mandalorian. You see them just really kind of getting ready to kind of bring this down. What does Malachi do?
Oh man, I don't know what's going on. Barcelona killed me, man. Killed my liver. um, I'm just mopey dopey through the hallway, and get that itch, that feeling, and I just kind of pause in the middle of the hallway. Maybe there's people walking past me, and they're just kind of like, "What the heck?" And I just kind of stand there, and as I am trying to focus on it, and I get towards that direction of Vars's room, and I see that Mandalorian in that quick image. My head just kind of darts in that direction, and I immediately just start. Well, I can't flow anymore because I have that leg, but it's tink, 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 tink. So I am walking with purpose, and I'm making my way, making my way that way as fast as possible.
Perfect. We'll get to you exactly when you arrive in a second. But Val or Horace, what are you all? What do you guys kind of do during your when you're not on a mission or pursuing your own factions during your time on Tafanda Station?
So normally Val actually paints a lot. And if you go into Val's room, you'll see some paintings of the party. And he does a lot of depth. And so in the front, obviously the biggest, you'll see Val fighting, 5 guys. And then a little bit in the back, a normal sized person, you'll see Vars, fighting someone. And then on the side, you'll see Horace, who's like Ewok size in the picture. And then in the very far, you'll see a tiny little Sith with a mask on, And so, but normally he does some paintings. But in this case, he's pretty frustrated that he lost a week of training. And so, you ever seen those videos of just random people doing parkour in public? This is what the entire station is right now. It's just Val running through, like just eating lunch, and all of a sudden you see Val jump over a table, double flip off, and then like climb through the door. He's just running around the station, just doing parkour in his training.
I hate to say this, but the anthropomorphic cat person has the zoomies.
So I do want to. This is hilarious. So Val is out there just like bouncing off, doing flips. Like I imagine, like some people are like trying to like load ships, and Val is just like parkouring over like the boxes, like just really getting into it. So we've got the leaders of Tafanda Station. One of them is just discreetly draining life from the other subordinates on Tafanda Station, and the other one is just straight parkouring around. But yeah, as you're kind of like bouncing through, probably just get like a whiff, like of some foreign sense, especially as you're like maneuvering through the air, diving, ducking. You just kind of catch some sense you don't really recognize. Give me your choice of perception or survival.
They're both the same. I'm going to say it's probably survival. Let's go survival here. And I don't actually think Tagorians get anything from smell, so I think we're good. All right. Too distracted.
You are parkouring pretty hard. It takes you a while. Like you catch the scent, but like Val, you're burning off energy. I feel like right now, like you've had some rough go of it, and it takes you a while as you're parkouring through this to kind of pick up those scents. Aren't from anybody on the station. Those scents aren't from people that are supposed to be on the station. And eventually, you're able to follow that lead, but you are going to be a bit of a ways off. Horace, hopefully you're not roboty, but what are you up to on Tafanda Station in between the group's missions or your own missions you take for the Jedi?
All right, let's test this. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Very good right now.
Thank goodness. I'm holding my phone up into the air. I'm hoping for this helps. I also reset my phone. All right. Horace would be doing what he's normally doing, either meditating or training. I'd say probably the latter. Lightsaber out, just firing off I'm not quite sure what would be like. Are there training droids on the Fonda?
Yeah, you guys definitely have been equipped by your factions with some resources. So you definitely have some of those kind of floating training droids that just kind of shoot lasers and kind of keep you on your form.
Heck yeah! So he'd have some of those, some dummies to like strike out at, and he'd be in the midst of just trying to perfect his form, as he does, as mentioned before. One day, intend to become a battle master.
Nice. As you're kind of cutting through the blaster bolts for the trading droids and kind of cutting into the different dummies stationed around, you kind of like you feel like a current through the force. It almost feels like a battle to you. Like it feels like you're training. Usually the force kind of not feels calm, but definitely doesn't feel like this churn that you're feeling right now. But you do feel like a bit of a battle, like almost forming. With this, Horace, your choice of a wisdom save or insight.
Let's give it an insight.
Okay.
Trying to feel out what this new rapid current in the force really means.
Similar to Val, it takes you a while to kind of put this together. Probably feels like you're just trained, like it feels like more probably intense training initially, but eventually you do start to feel kind of signs of true hostility. You still start to feel anger, determination, just kind of raw hatred coming through, and you realize it is coming from Vars's room, but you realize you've lost a little bit of time trying to find it. All right, Vars, getting back to you, you see your door blown open, and not like blown open, usually like explosions blown open. You see, probably used to seeing Malachi do something similar to this. You see the door like buckle, like bow inward, and then just completely ripped away. And outside of your room, you see three individuals. You see one of them wearing like this almost leathery like cloak that almost seems to swirl on its own. You see he looks up, his face heavily tattooed, and he is carrying a kind of curled amphistaff around his hand, but he's clearly human. You're not sure if he's wearing one of their maskers or what, but you see tattoos on his face, this cloak above him that seems to be almost living, an amphistaff wrapped around his arms, and he glares at you just with fierceness in his eyes. Next to him, you see this Trandoshan, carrying a short sword in one hand, just kind of spinning it, just looking at you, tongue occasionally flicking out. To the left of them both, you see this woman. She is blonde-haired, human, pretty, like, looks like she's like either grew up on a high-gravity planet or just lifting weights. Like, she looks buff. She's got like this crazy-looking shield and a wicked-looking blade in her other hand. And you see the one in the center with the amphistaff curled around his arm says, "If you surrender, warrior, we won't need to hurt you. You're coming with us either way. I would not like to bring you in damaged. There's no glory in that."
Are you kidding me?
That's it. Let's roll. Let's go. That's all he's got to say.
Fair enough. With that, Vars, like, are you kidding me? Take your battle stance. Malachi, like, you, like, pop in through the door, like, right as Vars says, I kind of hear the kidding me part as he gets that out. And you burst through and see these three kind of facing off against Vars. And we're going to get into combat here. So let's get that going with the rest of the crew. You guys are going to arrive, unfortunately, round 2. So we're going to have you roll initiative, but you will not be showing up until the second round. Oh, why is that not showing up? There we go.
I'm surprised they got on the Fonda station, but at the same time, I'm not surprised at how they got onto the Fonda station.
All right. So, yeah, so everybody give me... Oh, let me throw in the other 2 so you guys can still roll. We'll just hide you off there. All right. Horace and Val, we'll put you on the screen once you're on. But we'll have you still roll initiative so we can just get you to that combat flow. So we don't have to wait about that once we get going. But everybody else, give me initiative rolls.
I see how the rolls are going to go this time.
Could Horse be under the effects of Force Intuition? It is a first level power that allows him to use his Wisdom modifier for his initiative rolls. It's something that lasts 8 hours. So I imagine it's kind of like a battle precognition where he'd have it on
Oh, yeah, for sure.
already. Heck yeah. Also, could he use his reaction for improved enforced intuition, which gives him advantage onto the initiative roll?
Definitely.
Thank you. Sorry.
Let's roll a 20 on that, see if it comes out better. It will. All right. So be first to act, but you're fortunately not there yet. When you get there on round 2, you will have an initiative of 23. But for the rest, you see this Knight of Yunshel, this Malachi. You see this like for you through your force senses, kind of see the force burning through this creature. This was once human. Kind of reminds you of the force user you fought upon Mustafar that had been shaped by the Yuzon Vong, because you see him burning brightly, though you do see that black spot around his arm with the amphistaff, and you see like he is grinning. Vars, you almost see like he had to tell you to kind of like stand down, but he is like exceedingly happy that you decided to tell him like to pretty much go criff himself and we'll make this a fight for him. So he looks just real happy about that. And he is dashing in. You see him spinning that amphistaff around. And you see him hold up one hand with the force as he goes.
Before he gets too close.
What's that?
Before he
gets
too
too
close.
close.
From one step back. Okay. Let's see. This is a broken ass weapon. Thank you for set of throw. Ah, come on.
The rolls are just giving you guys some difficulties today.
I want to, before that ramps up, I really want to hit this guy. I'm going to try.
Define it?
No, well, that and...
Oh, precision, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That'll hit.
Yeah. All right. Well spent. All right, then. Give him a whack.
So how does that look as you see him come dashing in?
I imagine he like trying to wipe that grin off his face because he just seems like, I don't know, incredibly excited at the whole let's fight. And it's like, yeah, this is gonna be a fight. So I guess he didn't realize how long that thing was, and just wham, get him right as he starts to come in within the range of it, stopping him in his tracks.
You see kind of blood kind of pouring from one of his wounds. You do see, for a moment, the smile falters before it becomes like almost like a chilling grimace. And then you see him like focusing fairly hard. And you see like this coffee blade on the side of his belt spring to life. And he is using the force to animate his weapon. And you see it come hurtling towards you.
All right.
But luckily, that should miss.
Mm-hmm. It does.
So you see that coming in, and then you see him kind of amphistaff unfurled. He is going to settle into a kind of a defensive stance. He's going to dodge this turn.
Okay.
You see the exchange muscle, seeing his buddy go after Vars. He's going after Malachi. You see him rushing in, or see her rushing in, shield held up high, vibroblade kind of spinning. So you see her come over, shield coming in, trying to bash into you, Malachi, trying to knock you from your feet. Oof, all right. Malachi, give me a DC 15 strength saving throw. All right, so you see it bash into you for 8 damage. And you see, fortunately, Malachi knocked from his feet, hurled to the ground. And you see her whipping her blade around, trying to like just skewer you while you're on the ground with 2 strikes. First one should miss.
I forgot something that I could do, and my bad.
What's up?
I just realized that there was 100% something that I could have done. I guess I would have just used it to take a step back.
That's cool.
Okay.
All right. Malachi, are you doing anything with your AC here?
Unless I was able to get Saber Storm or prep Saber Storm before getting here, I don't think I'm going to be able to beat that. Nope.
Yeah, unfortunately, you would have had time to prep that. I'd say you see him kind of hurl you to the ground and then just stab into you. Luckily, you're able to roll away from the first one, but she cuts into you fairly deep with the second. All right, Vars, you're up.
Well, I know he's dodging, but I'm going to try to hit him anyway. With a few shots.
All right.
At disadvantage.
Nice, that'll hit.
That. And that has, what is it? Cryo cells loaded in. So make a Constitution save.
All right.
Hey. DC 14. So he takes 2.
All right.
The next shot, he's going to launch it at the Trandoshan. Try to get his attention so that they don't gang up on the Sith that just got knocked down. Jeez. Gonna try firing at him with also the heavy pistol. Attack. Normal shot.
Nice.
Ooh. And Roll for crit. These. All right. Well. And also the same thing with the 14 con save. So maybe 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, just one of that one.
Just one. Yeah. And bonus action to activate the Sentinel Mastery thing with extra opportunity attacks.
Nice. Well, how's it all look, too?
So, I guess like weighing his enemies against him, he sees the one that's about to enter his quarters and sees that he's ready for a shot, but thinks he can get him anyway. Thankfully, he can. Trying to slow him down a little bit, but looks like he shrugs off the worst of the cryo shot. And Trandoshans, he hasn't had to fight one since that one on the Fonda station way back when, and now again on the Fonda station. What is it with the Fonda and Trandoshans? But hey, might as well try to get his attention too. I mean, come get me, you scaly face son of a bantha. Is that an insult? Whatever, you scaly face son of a bantha. And that's it.
Malachi, you are up. You see this just muscle-bound woman standing over you, blade pointed down. What do you do?
As I kind of have entered the fight and it breaks out and she rushes me, 2 of my lightsabers would have came out as in that very quick instance. So I'm like falling to the ground and you hear and they start whirling around me. So I will activate Saber Storm, and with that I'll make 2 attacks against her. Where's my blade? There it is. So 2 light blade attacks against her.
All right.
Is that not rolling? There it is. Okay. Okay. 19 and 20. First attack. Woo! Oh my
man.
god, guys! Wow! Like wow!
Whoa.
All right, but wait, there's more. That's expected. They're not there. They're just there to look pretty, and it's supposed to look cool. It's all right, guys. I want to test out my new power, so get wrecked. I'm going to cast Siphon Life on her, so she needs to make a Dexterity saving throw, DC 17.
She'll fail.
All right. So, on failure, she's going to take 48 necrotic damage, and I will be able to automatically use my action on each turn to automatically do 48 necrotic damage, and I heal from half of that damage, I believe. Yep, regain hit points equal to half of that. So she will take...
Whoa.
I don't know why I did that. That's weird. Well, okay.
It just said all the dice.
Well, the first set of 48 is 18 points from necrotic damage. I think it's just going off of the sheet because it says 2d8 and then it says 48 and 48 and then 1d8. So I think it's just rolling all the dice. So that'll be 18, and I will heal for 9. 64.
Nice.
Okay, and then...
So I just got tired and I came for this. God damn you.
Okay, and then I am going to try to get up.
All right. Give me the acrobatics or athletics roll, DC 12.
Acrobatics or athletics? Oof. All right, acrobatics. Let's do this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so I kind of just float back up and lightly land, tink, and I just you kind of hear a light humming, and maybe she like kind of keels over, but this just invisible force of energy just kind of envelops her, and you see me just kind of revitalizing some of the wounds that she gave me start to close up that you can see through the cloak. And I am going to step around her and get to right here. I'm just going to step to right here so I have a better view of the area, and that's it.
The full power of the dark side.
Nice. All right, you see Doshin after you shot him, and with you being his objective to capture Vars, you see him rush into the room. See if you take a shot.
Let's see.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work well the second time.
No, it does not.
And you see him rushing in, just clutching this just wicked-looking short sword. And you see he just comes in, just bringing down the heat.
Guerrilla Mastery is really funny.
What?
The third. Oh, that's right. It's only one reaction per turn, but it's really just. Oh, you know what? I want to go over here. I should have picked this up sooner. Okay, lay it on me. Lay it down to hurt.
All right. Says you see him lash out twice with his blade. So the second will miss, but that first should hit, right?
Yep.
All right. Add 1d10 to this. So you see him clashing, kind of using that hunter's eye to find the perfect chink in your best card arm. You see him just stab that blade in and draw for 19 damage. But as this is all coming in, you all do see Horus and Val finally kind of arrive at the fray. Val and Horus, you see two people kind of in Vars' room, kind of pressing after him. You see this Knight of Yun Michelle, the Shaped Jedi, this Trandoshan Hunter pressing him. But the thing that you guys see immediately upon walking into the room is you see Malachi kind of being attacked by this just muscle-bound exchange warrior. But you guys are in. Horus, you are up first.
Main action. Counselor Endurance action to gain resistance to energy and kinetic for a minute.
Okay.
From there, quick and cast Saber Onslaught, I believe it's called. A 4th level power that allows Horus to use his movement. And anytime he gets close to someone in that movement, like they come within his reach, he can strike at them.
Just
Right.
heads up, you're already in
If I
range.
remember the power correctly. Of all of them?
One of them, the one that knocked down Malachi.
Yeah, because let's get
Now, Horse wants to be able to ping pong between as many as he can. Luckily, too, improved forced intuition for the first round of combat gives him an extra 10 speed, if I'm not mistaken.
Alright, so let's see. So we have a force or Saber Onslaught till the end of your turn. Your movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Additionally, whenever you move, you can make one melee attack against the creature, dealing 1d6 of the damage of the weapon's type. and the target must make a strength saving throw or become prone. All right. Or you can choose to knock it prone or push it 5 feet away. So let's see.
Gonna go for the prone.
And then with
40 movement, he could get to the next guy.
sweet.
I don't know how much he has.
I think you've got 30 normal. So yeah, with 40, you can get over to the next guy. Sweet. So we'll make some attacks, see how they come out for.
Lastly, improved force intuition gives a D4 to attack rolls. I misread it as to damage rolls for a long time, but at further I forget the exact word, but at further examination, yeah, it's a D4 to the attack rolls.
Nice.
Nice. For force intuition?
Improved force intuition.
Nice.
But of course, if I almost said C4. Gosh, if force does get hit or takes damage, improved force intuition goes down.
All right. Sweet. So your first attack against the gladiator will unfortunately miss. You see her bring up that big heavy shield and block. And then with that shield, you're able to get over here and make one against the knight of Yun Michelle. Unfortunately, that one will miss.
Even with the D4?
Even with the D4.
Shoot, that is rough. But that will be Horace's turn.
Never. I'm supposed to be able to declare it before I know.
Main action, bonus action, movement.
What'd you say, Vars?
Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's fine. I'm supposed to be able to do it before we know whether it hits or not, but I could give him precision attack.
Yeah, I would leave usually reaction at the start.
No. I mean, it's at least not the other one. All right. Let's see what we add to that attack.
Nice. That'll help with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't really like for that guy to be prone.
Perfect. So yeah, you cut into him. He needs to make what's your DC for this? Oh. 16.
I believe he takes an additional. Oh, sorry, I talked over you.
He will just fail the strength save, so you are able to knock him prone.
Heck, wait, use Longbowing. Does he have advantage?
He's not a.
Because this is a force.
He's a force user. So he's a shape, so he still he exists within the force. So he does not have advantage, fortunately.
Heck yeah. I believe it does the weapons damage plus the D6, or does it just do the D6?
I think it just does the D6. Oh no, it does the extra D6, so it does weapon damage too. Let me throw that in. Nice. So 19 total.
Heck yeah. So Horse just kind of blitzes in, goes to strike, and as he's just moving to the next target, finally makes his hit land, and is he standing close to Vars right now?
Within like 20 feet.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, we're good. That will be Horse's turn.
All right. So the knight is going to try to pop up his feet. Let's see. Athletics roll is going to be you see him flip up to his feet. If the staff are whipping out, and he is going to try to make it towards. So they got the staff to strike.
Was that on the watery bit just for me?
Not just you. Tegan, where's your mic in relation to you?
Oh, is it coming through weird?
It was coming through very muffled.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, it didn't move though.
because you were facing away.
Oh, that makes more sense. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, so unfortunately, that first amphistaff will like just completely go wide. The second he is able to clip you, it is going to do
Force shield for an additional +3 AC.
Yeah, he rolled a 26, unfortunately.
Oh. Yeah, no, wait. No, the highest horse can get is only 24. So, force shield, I meant force disperse.
Yeah, so you see him kind of slash into you, and you are able to get that disperse up. Does that work for kinetic too?
Yes.
Nice.
Or am I thinking of a... Wait, I might be thinking of a different spell. Does it work for kinetic?
Yeah, I think it does. Yep, incoming attack.
Heck yeah.
Actually, hold on. The reaction card's at the bottom. Unfortunately, it does not.
Dang.
It's a cold, fire, ion, lightning, or sonic.
Oh. Shoot, well, in that case, no reaction for force dispersal. That'll just be horse taking the damage.
All right. And he's got one more thing. So you see him kind of gesture his hand towards you, Vars. You see that coffee blade kind of resume its attack, trying to cut into you as well. Oops. Damage. Attack. But yeah, it just pings off your Beskar arm, leaving you completely unfazed. All right, the muscle is continuing her battle with Malachi. You see her raise that shield again and pummel it into you. Will 18 hit Malachi?
But I am, of course, going to shields, so my AC will jump up to 23.
Nice.
Force shield.
Gather the force around you. Kind of see that shield just stop mid-motion. She does try to switch it up and attack out twice with her vital blade, trying to bring the pain. You see the first is able to pierce through, but the second is stopped by the shield. She slashes into you for 15 damage as she cuts. All right. Is Drain Life, is that concentration? Oh, it is. Sweet. All right. You are able to see.
Okay, so that is 15 damage.
15 damage. All right. Vars, you're up.
All right. Well, first things first, I'm going to... Oh, the Trandoshans here. So I'm going to try swatting at him with the crossblade. And a swing. And a roll. And let's see if we can connect. I'm gonna try precision attack again.
All right. Nice, that'll hit.
All right, and then right, 9 damage on him. And then with the blaster pistol, you'll fire at the amphistaff wielder over there. Is that animate weapon thing concentration? Is that
It's
really
not, unfortunately.
It's not? because I want him to like lose control of that snake, and I want to step on it. All right. Okay. Well, blaster pistol going out to him. Normal.
That will hit.
Okay. And then 1 point of damage. And the con save. Oh, that dirty rat.
Oh, why did I give it 1d6? Yeah, you see him whip the Ephistaff around and it kind of absorb some of the blasters.
All right. Well.
Have you rolled your ice damage yet? Or is that the 3?
That was the 3.
Okay, so he will take that full damage.
Okay. Get chilly. And I think the thing is going to just be the bonus action for the Sentinel Mastery, and that's far as his turn.
All right. Malachi, you are up.
I just realized that I messed up my siphon life. I should have twinned it so that I could be destroying the life of 2 people instead of just the one in front of me. I'm going to maneuver myself out of the way of Val here, and as I get to my new position, I just look to him and I say, "Get to Vars. I'll be there soon." And I got a question about Siphon Life. I am only concentrating, so it is an auto attack until the power ends. Does that, since that is a leveled spell, I'm not actually like casting its initial cast. Does that still count as a leveled spell cast as an action, meaning I can't do another leveled spell as a quick and bonus action?
Let me read that real quick.
Because I know I couldn't.
I've never heard anyone rule say like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'll just wait for your determination, Tegan. I got an alternative course of action, but I'm just curious because, it's casting it, but it's not like the action of casting it, but it is an action that. I don't know. It's complicated. Whatever you think.
I will say
It's as part of the spell you use a. Sorry, go ahead.
I will say it's good. So if you could cast a bonus action spell, you're good to go.
Okay, fantastic. In that case, I would like to use Casting Specialist. Once per turn is that second bullet there, or third bullet. Casting a power that doesn't require an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. It's just automatic damage. I can max out a number of die equal to half my proficiency, which is 2 of them. So this is 4d8. I want to max those first 2 to 16, so I'm going to roll an additional 2d8 for the total of necrotic damage that I'll do. So 16 plus 10, 26 total necrotic damage, and I will heal for half of that.
Nice.
So that'll put me to 62. And then I would like to quicken. Right. I would like to quicken Shocking Shield, which does not require concentration. But every time this lady hits me, which it seems like she will, she's going to take 2d8 lightning damage.
Okay. How's that look as you get that shield sparking up?
As I reposition and I kind of just give that short little bit of guidance to Val, that kind of invisible soul-sucking technique that I've been practicing on the unknowing citizens of Tafanda Station is doing work. And as that energy flows into me, it kind of transforms into a, and there's a kind of like light shimmering and flow of electricity that's just spurting from me. And I just kind of be like, your move, and saber spinning around me and everything kind of in chaotic directions, not in a predictable swirling movement, but just so I'm looking forward to this. Fight me.
All right. Val, you are up.
So Val was about to engage with the exchange muscle here, but Val respects the duel. Val respects the duel, and so I'm just gonna rush straight past. And so I'll use a bonus action with onslaught, and I will dash up to this guy. As I do, I didn't know if you were going to use a reaction to opportunity attack.
Oh, I can't. You just got in range. You have to leave.
Oh, okay. Yep. So I'll dash up. I'll draw my weapon, increasing my using my fighting style. Man, it's been a while since I fought with dash, actually. So I'll use my adaptive fighting style to give myself +1 crit range. Crit on a 17. And then also I'll just list it here. So with my what ability is it? I have a thing that makes me attack again as a reaction. Ooh. It is the mastery. That's what it is. Okay. So I'll use my reaction to get an extra attack, so I won't attack with proficiency. And I'm just going to make 3 attacks. The first one, if it hits, I'll try to burn a tactic here.
All right.
So let me go with the first attack. Let's see what happens here. All right. So the first one, and minus 4 from this. Ooh, so that is gonna whiff. So I'll make a second attack. Wow. Okay. And I'll make a third attack. And so this will use my reaction.
That'll hit.
All right. So I get at least 1. There we go. And I rolled a 1. Okay. So
go ahead.
Clearly, Val is thrown off guard as he literally parkours through the doorway, spins around, hits the floor running, runs up, and then just clearly whiffs his attack. His third one barely landing a glancing blow.
You do see the Knight of Unishell is looking fairly blooded. You see blood kind of seeping through his living robe, and they kind of coming out in tatters. He dodges the first 2, but he's definitely slowing down. Trandoshan is up. He is growling. Like he is like looking into your face with menace bars, just pure aggression. He does use his hunter's eye again, and you see, as you kind of look at him too, looks like bits of kind of the spots where you've cut into him start to close up, start to regenerate. And you see him kind of smile at you and go, "Little Mando, not sure why you're worth the prize, but this one will add you to his score." And he comes at you hard. Oops, 1, there we go. think both miss. What's your AC? Is it 20 or 21?
It's 20 for now.
Okay.
But yeah, that first one will connect.
So he cuts into you deep again for 11 damage. That Beskar arm is working. So the second shot, like, just not pierced through, but that first one, he cuts right into that corner and gets a good, kind of clean cut into you.
I'm gonna try to mitigate some of that.
All right.
With parry.
Nice. You block most of it. Gets a little pierced through, but you're able to really kind of take out the sting from that blast. All right, Horus, you are up. You've got the Knight of Union Shell looking bloodied in front of you. The Trandoshan and Hunter a couple spaces ahead, and the Exchange Muscle back where you left her, about 40 spaces behind. What are you doing?
What was the second level saber spell called again? Saber Strike?
Yeah, Saber Strike.
Yep. Horus will try and hit this guy with a Saber Strike, and he'll use his Force Specialist casting specialist feat for Force casting to give himself advantage for the attack roll, since it's part of the spell. The Force attack. The Force power. The melee attack is part of the Force power. I misspoke quite a few times there. I apologize.
Oh yeah, no worries.
That one right there is a once per long rest.
Perfect.
And if I'm not confused, I believe that this hit, if it does hit, deals an extra 1d10 damage, and it will knock him prone if he fails a strength save.
It would.
I'm gonna throw one in. I'm gonna throw in a Defiant for this guy.
All right.
It's
Nice. That'll push it over the edge.
Heck yeah, we're smithing this. Splash class to the burn in the points for an additional 2d not d10. God no, 2d8.
All right.
So it's weapon damage, a d10, and then 2d8.
use that.
All right. Does 24 damage. That's enough to put him down. Finish him.
Yeah, Horus just comes in a single strike as he gets into his form. He was just trying this and just off with his head. Just one strike, clean. And he'll look to Vars appreciatively. Because without that call out, it would not have been so clean.
Bars, what did you call out as you see? Kind of the strike may have been about to be intercepted.
I feel like he would have just shouted grenade to kind of throw the other guy off his game. Thinking of Dash. Wishing he were still here. And just enough to throw the knight off his game to let Horus land a hit.
You see the knight had his staff up, ready to block the shot, but here a grenade, you see his eye goes for just a split second back to the Mando, right before his head's taken clean off.
And let's go to the Trandoshan. Horus is not quite done yet.
Sure.
Bonus action, quicken cast, defensive style, or defense something. It is a cantrip that is basically like lightning charge, but for the light side. Its special effect is that if they make Horus do a save, I think horse gets a bonus to the save, and they take damage for it. But it's been a little while since I've familiarized myself with that particular spell, so apologies if I've gotten it wrong.
Alright, so to hit the target suffers your normal attack's effects. And you ward yourself to the force. If the target forces you to make a saving throw before the start of your next turn, it'll take a d6 of damage, and you can get a d4 to your save. Alright, let's see if this will hit.
And since we're level 9, I believe it does a little more damage than d6. I think it's 2d6. I hope so. From being 5th level and above.
And that will hit, too.
Heck yeah! So I believe that'll be Horus.
Nice. Alright, Knight of Michelle is dead. The he's ready to continue to fight with the Sith Lord. You see that shocking around you and just kind of shakes her head and goes, tricky, ain't you? I ain't worried about a little pain. She comes in hard with her shield. All right, give me a DC 15 strength saving throw.
Unless you can get that AC over 22.
Nice, just keeping your feet. You see her bash into you, but luckily you're able to stay standing. You see her grimace as she hopes you to go down, and then just comes at you twice with her Vital Blade.
What is the 22? The 22 misses with the shield bash?
What's that?
Does that initial 22 miss? I'm just wondering if I need to cast 4 shield already with that 22, because I'm at 18 right now.
Why would the 22 miss then?
Because our base right now, I'm just at 18 AC, so that would hit with a shield bash attack.
Okay.
But I'm
So
gonna
using your thing?
go ahead.
Are you using your shield?
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to take damage. I like being healthy.
Okay. Sweet. What does that put you up to?
That'll put me at 23, so that shield bash will miss, and this vibro blade attack will miss.
Nice.
Don't forget you get the lightning, though. Every time you get to the 2d8 lightning number.
Luckily, she will be able to connect on that last one. All right, give me some lightning too, and you'll take 19 damage.
She will take 19 damage. You sound like a robot again.
Shoot.
You see kind of the blade sparking as she's looking bloodied. She continues the fight. But Vars, you are up.
All right. Well, considering might as well just lay into this guy. Malachi's got it handled down there, I think. So he's just gonna swoop in hard with the blade. For 1.
That'll hit.
All right. The snapshot minimum thing, that doesn't make sense. It wouldn't work for that. Never mind. 6
No,
damage.
not for a melee weapon.
Yeah. Like that'd be too good. All right. Well, nothing like attacking again.
Oh, that'll hit as well.
All right. And I should have done this with the first hit. I'm stupid. But for the sake of Horus, I'm gonna try to trip him. So he needs to make a DC 16 strength save.
You'll fail, so you send him crashing to the ground.
All right. And so 2 plus the... All right, so 13 points of damage in total, and the Trandoshan that Horus is next to is prone.
All right, so how does that all look for Vars?
So, kind of relieved that the knight was an easier takedown than, because the idea of a force wielding ally of the Vong is still foreign. He might have heard about it from the rest of the team, but seeing one was still weird. But now that he can focus all his attention on something familiar, Trandoshan, it's like, all right, I know how to take these guys down. Came in high and then came in low, and now he's low.
Nice. All right, Malachi, you're up.
All right. All right. So I look at the exchange lady in front of me, and I go, "You can always surrender. Surrender your life." And I'm going to force throw her. So that'll be a DC 18 strength saving throw by her.
I desperately want you to succeed in this.
She'll fail.
Hell yeah.
By the way, this is quickened. Forgot to say that. Is it really only 2d8? I feel like that should be higher.
You can always make it bigger.
Oh, I could have upcasted it. Duh. I don't know. I was thinking of the upcast and then I didn't do it. Are you cool with me adding an additional 3d8 to that to upcast it to 5th level?
Sure.
Okay. All right, that makes me smile. All right, so 28 damage there. She's just gonna fly back just 5 feet, slam into the wall. But like when her body flies out of that position and moves back, even just that short distance, there's like this shimmering bit of like invisible outlining of where her body used to be. And it just kind of like slowly dissipates, but you see this invisible kind of like cord like flowing into me. And she will take, on top of that, 48 necrotic damage. So 14 necrotic, and I will heal for 7. And I will take a step towards her. That's my turn.
Nice. All right, Val, you are up.
So you see Val very frustrated. You know, everyone else is performing well, and he's over here doing backflips and making a fool of himself. So he's just going to stride up and take advantage and just take this out on this poor Trandoshan who's prone. And so he'll do the same thing. He'll make 3 strikes with advantage as a prone target. And he'll do his adaptive style again, so he'll crit on a 17. And he also gets his reroll because he has advantage. Alright, so my first attack with advantage. I'll get to reroll 1.
See if you get that crit.
And this will be -4, actually. So I kind of need... So it's going to be a 16.
Oh,
I
that's
assume that
rough.
misses?
Only because he could actually finally add his parry to it.
Okay.
But you see him kind of just raise his blade and block that one coming down.
All right, so he'll make his second attack. This one will also have -4. And he'll burn his reaction. So 22.
That'll hit.
For 10 damage. And then he'll make one final attack. Actually, he's going to do another one after this. So, hey, there is a crit.
Nice.
So 18, double 18s. It actually triggers his item that I never get to trigger.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Does that get doubled from a crit?
Yeah. Or, well, not doubled, but you add whatever your weapon die is.
Okay.
Add that number in.
All right. So there's my crit damage of 27, and then I'll do another.
Dismemberment rolls.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So
yes.
32.
Man,
That's
trend
enough
dosha.
to take him down, but let's see if you take any limbs off with him as he goes down.
All right, that's 2d20s.
Yep, 2d20.
Okay.
Fortunately, you don't take any limbs, but how do you kill this guy pretty brutally?
So actually, Val wouldn't kill him. And so you can see Val just comes in. And so the first one gets parried. And then he just turns the sword around and just cracks him over the head. With finally a little satisfying grin as he passes out. And he'll just smirk and say, Val took it out for you, Vars. No worries. As he then strides back to the other one. As if he had just been, wrecking this whole fight.
Well, I mean, he has. That's what happens, right?
All right, Horace, you are up next. The only fighter on board is the exchange muscle, and she is looking pretty rough, though she is 45 feet away from you. Or, well, if you move 45 feet, range 50 feet away from you.
In that case, let's go with a third level power. I forget the exact name of it. It's another saber one. I believe it might be Saber Cleave, but it allows you to go in a straight line towards your target and then strike down at them.
There is a Sith between you and the target.
Yeah, that only has a range of 30 feet, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're pretty far away.
Does it use my movement for its range, or can I step a few bits in order to get a better angle at it?
Yeah, you can step a bit in there to get so it does not require your movement for it, so you can move in and get into range.
Yeah, he could come from an angle
Heck yeah.
if he had to.
In that case, let's do that.
Alright, sweet. So with that, what do? You cast power, must be a melee weapon. Alright, you can. Creature must make a dexterity save. And a failed save.
Now use Force Casting Specialist for this to give her disadvantage.
Can you use that again?
Oh shoot, I believe it's separately, the advantage and disadvantage. I could be wrong on that. Apologies if I am.
Yeah, you can only use it once. If you've already used it in this combat, you can't use it again.
Right.
Oh, so it does count the advantage and disadvantage things as the same then?
Yep.
Shoot. In that case, no disadvantage. Just
luckily,
normal.
she will still fail.
Heck yeah.
Alright, so 44, and it takes Damage equal to 3 rolls of your weapon die, which is a...
D10.
All right. That's enough. Put her down, Horace.
All right, so just getting, stepping around to get into the proper angle and just shooting out. He just will just blaze towards her and just cut this exchange slug straight down the middle, right in half of his lightsaber.
Nice.
So we'll look out to this. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I have a joke. Am I lagging?
No, you're good.
I am indeed lagging. I asked that a few seconds back.
Well,
All right, we'll
you
just
sound good.
go for it.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, Horace would say, maybe a few days later, they were not invited to the party.
Nice.
I didn't hear any of that. But as she's sliding down the wall after I slam her into it, and that vitality is coming into me, you will tell me who said. And then she's just sliced in half.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna leave her alive, but I mean, we have 3 assassins that came to us, and we have really a vague idea of who sent them, but no questioning.
Might have been the Hapens.
Probably the Hapens. We
Yeah,
should turn on them immediately, right now. Launch a counterattack.
Well,
On
that
Calamari is
is alive.
you know what? It's time to base Delta some Mon Cal. I think it was them. No reason. It probably was.
Yeah. They're tricky.
Perfect. You do kind of see the remnants of the strike force that was sent to acquire Vars in disarray. The only one still living, the Trandoshan that Val knocked unconscious. What do you guys do next?
I auto crit on the Trandoshan that's unconscious.
Questions? Nay.
I'm joking.
We
I
wanted
didn't know
some blood.
I didn't know the Trandoshan was alive. I was trying to leave Chica alive. Cool. Yeah.
So,
Less of a joke. Horace is clearly walking over to the Transdoshan with intentions to execute him.
What the? No.
as
Easy.
Forrest walks past, Val is actually going to give you a little bit of a nod, and you would know that Val doesn't really respect many people, but he'll give you a little bit of a nod and just say, Val was impressed. You may be one of the top 3 warriors in this group.
I'd say that actually distracted Horace long enough to look away from what I was doing and just I accept this honor with gratitude, Val, Hunter of Hunters, Destroyer of Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, and he'll give you a bow in return. And just, Val
Be-
welcomes you to the party. And then he'll wave on past and he'll continue walking.
Yeah, and Horace will keep walking to the Trandoshan.
Okay. Why am I the voice of restraint? Amongst the 4 of us? Horace, maybe we can execute him after we question him a little bit to see what we can learn about our enemy. Not to mention, it'd be personally satisfying to me to let him wake up and realize he's been captured. Whatever score he's gained with his god or gods has been reset. You know, be nice. Rub it in a little.
Torture is not the Jedi way. But in this case, I
Well, I'm not asking you
can
to do it,
hold back.
but murdering
Oh,
them while they're
and he just
asleep
turned
is-
off his lightsaber, pretty satisfied with that.
Okay. Well, that works too.
I'm not asking you to do it. Oh,
Yeah. Well, With that, I guess we'll go restrain a Trandoshan and get a mop and a bucket for the rest of it, I guess.
Should we restrain the Trandoshan in your bed, Vars?
That's where he sleeps.
Yeah. I mean, I like this bed.
And?
Well, no, I mean, besides, we have rooms with better locks, and also no. We're probably gonna end up killing this scaly sucker, so I don't want Trandoshan blood on my sheets. It's gonna give him a good kick in the ribs for good measure, just because, like, they're like, oh, I don't see you're worth the trouble. That bothered him.
Just cast Force Lightning on him for good measure.
Yeah,
Just
right.
No, not again! Not again!
Yeah. All right, so I guess we'll.
All right. Move him to a secure location.
Yeah.
I'm on comms and I'm just like cat-like reflexes, y'all. Let's get the people up here and get a patrol on the station and start looking for anybody that doesn't seem like they belong here.
It also try to figure out how the hell they got in. This is kind of
We did
embarrassing.
hold a party a few days earlier, inviting a great deal of people. They could have snuck in then.
Well, they could have, but we don't want to make assumptions. At least not with this. Let's
A fair assessment.
yeah, before we go any further, let's check out their what they have on their persons and see if there's any telling clues found amongst the remains.
Give me an investigation check.
Yes, the thing that I am amazingly good at. I am so good at investigating. Boy, oh boy. Call me Sherlock.
You pick through these people's pockets. You find a handful of credits. Looks like they each have about, outside of the shaped force user, the other two each have about 200 credits on their within their pockets. Total 400 credits. Two of them have med packs as well, so you get a little bit of bounty from that side. But you do see the force user does have like this almost like living etch-a-sketch type thing. And you see it does have like a picture of your likeness in your arm, or Vars's likeness in his armor, kind of showing. You can see it change every now and then, showing kind of what looks like Vars in different kind of combat scenarios. Just kind of showing what Vars looks like, and even kind of showing like a little bit of like your combat style. But it's a living creature. Kind of every time you see it, kind of like pulse and then the image switch.
Ugh. Why does this thing look like me? I'm gonna flick it on its screen and just see what happens. Does it react?
You flick it on the screen. They kind of like flick, like kind of just touching the image. It sounds like kind of
No,
right,
like,
but kind of
no, like a good whack, like I don't know if that the fact whatever. Just giving it like a
How we used to fix TVs.
yeah, exactly like that. Just slapping it like just you know what a good slap like piece of crap. What the hell?
you hit it, and it does. This image doesn't change, but you do hear kind of a raspy voice on the other end, going, "Your mission is to bring Vars Kadera in alive, unspoiled as much as can be. Master Shaper Nibien requires him."
I'm just for this. I mean, I think I know what's gonna happen, but another whack.
It basically just repeats.
Okay. Well, that's something to be proud of, I guess. Oh, I gotta get a word out to Dichi. make sure the prisoner's secure. I got to go find a comm station. And Vars will send out a warning, considering that Dash has been captured. The gardener is MIA. I mean, Caesar's, been dead, or presumed dead. But considering that these Vong and their cohorts infiltrated our station specifically seeking me out, it's not a stretch to think they might be coming for him too.
Before you leave, Val just says, Vars, this is a great honor. The enemy seeks your capture. You should be proud.
I am, but I got more pressing matters right now. I'm worried about a friend. And bolts.
Perfect. Talus has been laying, Talus, how much, Vix, how much would Talus have told Vars about what he's doing before he went quiet? And I don't know if you remember, but he is working on the Zerka Republic project that took over Saberbreaker, what they're utilizing, the new bioweapon.
Right. I was very fond. Talus was very fond of the crew. Cared a lot for them. So leaving was for the greater good and with a heavy heart. So I think whatever communications that he could have maintained up to whatever point, it would have been full disclosure of everything. The project, even the location, just everything in its entirety. Probably with everybody in the crew that he would have been able to keep tabs with. Not sure Dash would have cared about any of the scientific jumbo that he said, but he'd probably check in on Dash. How you doing? Do you want to come in, talk about anything? Seeing Caesar again? These types of things. But yeah, it's also a weird thing because of course I wouldn't have known the direction that the Republic would have taken and the choices that we would have made is who to recruit and all that. But Talus wants to be on the side of the people that are doing the most damage to the Vong and contributing the most to the fight against them, where his talents can be used the most. So yeah, wherever he is, wherever he can be, Vars is definitely somebody that he'd be reaching out to on a as daily as possible basis, just to even say, hey, thumbs up, I'm still alive, green here.
Definitely, the communications are kind of routed a few times because once the Republic went to the Vong, once the Republic signed the armistice, Zerka took that project over completely and black-sided it. So Vars doesn't know where you're at, but definitely kind of routed through some Zerka contacts will know that you're alive and can get messages to and from you. It will take some time. It definitely kind of knows that you're working on kind of this new bioweapon project.
I think Vars would have gone straight to President Aru, considering that he likely can cut through a bunch of the bureaucratic red tape. And
I wasn't going to say anything. I was like,
yeah, the hell with no. Hey, listen, and essentially, like you gave us this station. You want us to fight the Vong, so to speak. Dichi's one of the few out there that can, at least with his mind. And if they're after me, I'm just a grunt. Who knows what they want with him?
Yeah, you see President Aru kind of through HoloCam. He's not been on station since the death of or the destruction of C4. But he does nod and go, the site Dr. Dichi is at is very secure. We will make sure that he is monitored around the clock. But I don't believe the Vong or their sympathizers can get to him. But we will do all of our due diligence to make sure he is protected. His work is instrumental.
I mean, a few cycles ago, did you think the Republic was going to start attacking us? Lots of unprecedented things are happening in this war. Just be careful.
That goes significant investment for Zerka. We always protect our investments. You can be sure of that.
Yeah, I sure can. Thank you. Now, with that, he'll sign off. Now, the one person he thought would probably be safe from all this crap is now the one he's worried about the most. Yay!
Making me blush over here.
What'd you say, Horace?
Oh, I've said. Oh, I'm sorry, Horace.
Oh, I heard you say do you think the after the safe part? I think I heard.
I was saying I was saying that Vars Dallas is probably one of the few people he really has left.
Yeah, and damn. Vaughn, yay. Scary enemies, holy heck. Okay.
Perfect. Are you guys looking to get anything out of the Trandoshan before we move on?
Oh, hell yes.
All right.
Interrogation time. Affect mind.
Yeah. Interrogation time. How good are you at counting without your toes?
Oh, and that's a DC 18.
All right.
Oh, wow.
So how are you guys kicking off this interrogation for him?
Mother. We start by removing the toes. No questions asked yet.
All right.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Did Vars say that, or was that a you thing?
I said it, but Vars did. With everything going on, and with the his friends, really, his old friends at Mercy and like with the Vong, he's tired of his morality. That's a nasty little ugly crutch. We don't need all that garbage. He's gonna just hack off the foot and be like, and just communicate, or I start cutting more.
All right. Give me an intimidation check.
Should have.
I'll just be like, kind of sliding the body behind, so that the decapitated, corrupted Jedi dude is like dragging along as well. I have proficiency in intimidation, so if I can assist that would be awesome.
Fortune Bars doesn't have proficiency, but you could definitely make your own intimidation check. As you said, you're just dragging the body behind him.
Well, I was pushing the body out the door, but making sure that like as much of the remaining blood flow kind of is just like trickling out and dragging it. I'm making the cleanup crew's job just that much more fun, you know. But giving him a nice gore show of you just lost your foot. There's a decapitated guy that was probably the most powerful of your group, and now he's mopping the floor with his dead body. Who sent you?
A bit demented. Vars, as you cut off his foot, he's just he's tried not to scream, but you hear him just hissing and gritting his teeth. Pretty much unable to talk. Malachi, give me an intimidation check. It's getting a little dark today.
We don't got time to be nice.
Somehow, him seeing this body getting mopped does kind of spur him on. You do see him just kind of a little bit of panic enter his eyes. He's trying to talk through the pain of losing his foot. And he goes, "What do you want to know? Just I'll tell you and give me a clean death."
I can guarantee it. And the foot will grow back. You'll be okay. Tell us who sent you. What's your purpose with Vars? Why did they need him?
The Vong water, the Shapers, need him alive. They need him for experiments, I think. They're very particular about him coming in unspoiled. If we had to rough him up, we had to make sure not to damage him.
Huh. They want to experiment on you. I just look at Vars.
The hell's so
Your
special?
turn.
The hell's so special about me? What were you getting out of this?
Credits and standing with the Vong.
Pathetic. How are you recruited?
Well, I've done jobs for the exchange, and we've been getting hired out to the Vong more and more often. And with the Republic turning sides, it seems this is the best way to flow.
All right. What was the rest of your plan? You bag me, snag me, and then where do you take me?
They wanted us to take you over to. You kind of see him like hesitate for a moment, but seeing his foot gone, seeing the body drug along the floor, he goes, "We were to take you to Ethor, the master shaper." It's been a while since we talked, but you guys would know that basically since Ethor fell, Master Shaper Nimian had set up shop on the planet using like all of its ecology. Like that's been her like prime shaping base.
Ethor, huh?
Well, her base of operations being on E4 is not new information to us, I don't believe. I think we've known that for a while.
Yeah.
So this guy really hasn't told us anything that we didn't already know or could have surmised from a little moving picture thing that we've picked up with your likeness on it and all that. You're clearly the target. What else would the Vong want you for if not to experiment on you?
How did he get on the space station?
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was about to ask. Tell us how you got
If
on
I
the
can
space.
briefly, sorry. If I can briefly bring up that had the same energy as Mole saying to that whatnot. So all you can tell me is Jabba is at Jabba's palace.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jabba is a hut, you say?
Oh,
Wow.
illuminating.
Oh, wow. I was really confused on the species there. Yeah. How did the three of you get onto the station? I believe the powers of this Jedi missing his head are probably what assisted you.
He was able to mind trick a few, but we got the coordinates as well as the access codes from the human we took last week.
Wait.
Dash is a human.
Oh no!
Where is that
Well,
human?
We figured that out, but yeah.
The human? Last I heard he was on Ethor. But I know it's a bit of a gruesome business, if you ask me. Not sure how long he'll be on Ethor.
You think
You
this
know,
could be? You think this could be your friend of ours?
Yeah. I mean, I know we reached out to him to invite him here, so to speak, but he was aiding the Republic, well, the real Republic with their efforts. I think. Are there any more contracts like this one out there? Like the Vong looking for specific people?
Looking for a scientist, but no trail of him has been found. The others are crossed out.
All right. Malachi, you got anything you want to ask this collaborator?
Oh yes, you know me. I'm a vengeful spirit. Where did you get recruited at? Where's the base of operations? I mean, for the exchange. I think we should pay them a visit.
You see him nod and go, recruited in Vonk space. Dambran.
Yeah. Well, I think that's enough. Don't you?
Can I insight on that?
You definitely can. You guys would know one of your first missions was to an exchange base on Dambran. And the base was surviving when you guys left.
Okay.
Yeah, from what you can gather, kind of from his body language, it does look like he's apparently telling the truth.
How's his foot? Is it growing back yet?
They can regenerate, but definitely not that fast.
Okay, well, no, it's not. So even if there's like a Deadpool, like little bit of a pinky toe popping out, I chop that off. You've been very helpful. I think we should leave him in the hands of Horus.
Horus?
Yeah, why not? The Jedi has shown quite a bit of restraint lately. Knocking the head off of this one
You call
and slicing the other one in half. I gotta say, he's come quite a long way. Up, you missed a spot, as I say to like one of the crew people that's just outside the door.
I was considering using him for CC roof fodder.
Ooh. Well, he's not a force user, but he is a little bit more intelligent than the the 5-foot dinosaurs that were being used. Like this would be an
5
interesting.
feet is not small.
What was that?
I think he said 5 feet's not small.
Says Horus, 5'3", wearing
That's more or less
boots
the-
that makes him taller to be 5'3".
I was thinking these little they were little dinosaurs, and they were like the Jurassic Park ones that eat the little girl at the beginning of Jurassic Park 2. Like they're just like a little bit bigger than that. Servants. I don't know. My brain is weird.
Yeah, they're 5 feet. And they're like regular intelligence. They're just,
Not compared to me. No,
I mean, the CC would agree with you, but in reality, like,
and I agree with the CC. They are quite inept. They're dumb. I mean, they've only got what, like 3 fingers? Like, what can you do with that? Yeah, I would very much be like on a level with you to put him towards the 1 CC or however many that we have on station to see about creating one more robot and seeing how it goes with the Trandoshan versus a Plek. Yeah.
Yeah, the CC on station will definitely accept him, kind of drug him up, and like, we'll send him back to our home world, entrench him, and then give you a report. Feel free to send any more of these inferior species you find, and we'll add them into our power.
The Trandoshan's are reptilian. This is damn.
I look forward to entrenching many more collaborators as this conflict goes on.
You see this? You see Rue shrugs. Any our inferior can be entrenched.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't know where the exchange base is, so no base Delta Zero, but
You know, I mean, you did kill a Yuzon Vaughn commander on the planet, but you did leave an exchange base on Dambadan.
Yeah, it was too tiny. I want the main one. I want the one that no one's supposed to know about. I want revenge. You don't send only 3 assassins. You send at least 4.
At least. I want the one that everyone knows about. I want E4.
So I am completely insulted that they won less, thinking that they could just do it with a 3-man team. But yeah, that's a Malachi agenda. Yeah, I would definitely myself just send kind of maybe a very short and sweet report to Lord Galvin, just letting him know that it seems that the Vong are able to get within Tavana Station. It was not a close call. We took them down relatively with ease, but they seem to be tracking people of note, and it seems these people of note are the original members who were in what was the planet again? What was the planet in the final episode last campaign?
The final episode or the first episode?
It was our final session of last campaign. The planet that we were on.
I think
that was called the unnamed planet.
We were referred to more as the survivors of Vela.
Yeah,
right.
That's the first planet. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's a lot easier to say. It seems that they're tracking down all the survivors of Vela.
Which Lord Galvin is one of them.
I was about to say that, man. We're finishing each other's sentences and stuff, Bard.
Yeah, we're in it, man. Hell yeah.
You do get a reply back from Lord Galvin, and you see kind of him appear, tentacles flaying, eyes burning gold. And he goes, "Thank you for the heads up. I will ensure that my security is doubled. Have you seen the latest HoloNet report?"
Is this a holocall?
It's a holocom, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't, and I'll take the remote and turn the TV on.
You see it flip. You see kind of the spires of Coruscant. You see in a blue, bright, dazzlingly, sapphire robe, just ornate looking. You see the new Supreme Chancellor, Avon. In front of him, on his knees, you see the former Supreme Chancellor, Oveno. But standing next to him, you see a figure that, Malachi may have never seen. Actually, Malachi may have seen him before during his time with Dominion. You see the Gungan that was once thought lost. And you see him holding the chain that binds Supreme Chancellor Oveno and kind of has him on the ground.
I hate to. Is this who I think it is? Our boy Caesar.
Mm-hmm.
How is he holding that chain?
Brother, how does Caesar look nowadays?
How is he doing it?
I want first and foremost, Caesar would be making a gesture with the camera, a single simple gesture, one hand held out to show his palm. This is clearly a message for someone in particular. But he'd be holding it with his hands, scarred and marred with many of the Yuzon Vong symbols, sigils, Caesar would be a twisted reflection of what he once was. A lot of the Vong armor now seemingly it, it doesn't just look like he's wearing it. It looks like it's a part of him. He is, like I said, scarred and detailed. He looks more sullen, not in terms of expression or emotion, but like his features literally look like they're more thin and pushed in. His face looks a little skeletal. His eyes, eye is different. It looks like his eyes have swapped, where before his broken eye looks like it's been repaired, but his once good eye is long gone. A little bits of coral growing out from where it once was, just like a hole, just being open to the air right there. He looks monstrous. He looks bulkier, a little bigger, and his ears look tattered, torn, and there are many holes through him where it looks like blaster bolts, blades, or various other things have just shredded their way through. He still looks like Caesar, though, if only barely. But like I said, he is holding his palms out, like one just open out towards the camera. Just a little message to someone in particular.
The crazy part is it's just me looking at this, I think.
It's got all the Holonet news, so if you're not with the party, like somebody else.
So this should be the news for everybody. So breaking news. Yeah, okay. It seems that the Republic has allied themselves.
Go ahead.
It seems that the Republic has allied themselves with the Vong.
And as it goes on, you do see kind of standing next to Caesar as well. You see this tall Hodin. You see just before where he was just monstrously skinny. He does look bulked out now. You see on his fist, he's got coral protruding from the ends, almost like makeshift claws at the end of them. But you do see the gardener standing next to Caesar and the captured former Supreme Chancellor Oveno. But you do see Supreme Chancellor even begin to speak. Then he goes, "My citizens, as I promised you, there would be peace in our time. Supreme Chancellor Oveno broke the laws of the Republic, and these fine citizens, the survivors of Vela, those who initially fought the Vong, but knew that peace needed to prevail, have brought him to justice. And with our justice, we will make retribution to the Vong for Oveno's transgressions. These two will be taking him to one of the leaders of the Vong, Master Shaper Nim Yen. You can see him stumble over the name a bit. And she will be taking the Chancellor, the former Supreme Chancellor, prisoner. And know that this may be a hard pill for some of you to swallow. Oveno has violated the laws of our great lands, and with this, we will buy peace and protection for the Republic. This is a glorious day and one that has brought back two of our heroes we thought lost." And you see the transmission cut out.
Elsewhere in the station, you hear the sound of metal on metal, and metal on metal, and loud curses coming out through a vocoder, and the eventual removing of a helmet, and then more yelling without the vocoder, and just anger coming out of her room.
I will say that open hand palm thing, that little message was probably for Vars and Talus.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out why. Why? What's the significance of an open palm?
Because he has palms. He has hands.
That's the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
When I
I don't
asked
know.
how is he
If
holding the chain,
he's going to be like, "Wow, what happened to you?" And he'll probably feel a little bit of pain and very clearly be able to see what's happened to you. But yeah, Malachi's side of things, you just have a punchable face, and I'm going to kill you. So. Not gonna punch
This
it.
also reminds
I'll
me.
break if I punch you, but I'm gonna punch you through the force. Yeah.
This also reminds me earlier, just like, oh yeah, Dash. He got orders from Caesar and a plan from Caesar. How fucked up would it be if it wasn't a vision, but actually Caesar?
that's
Damn. Anyways, Tegan, thanks for the.
yeah.
But that is
Hell
how we will wrap our session. I assume the group plans to make their way to Ethor.
I was thinking a small detour,
I
someplace
kind of
where
wanted
there's
to
a
get
beach.
extra stuff
you
for
know,
the cape.
Get a little tan. I'm looking a little white here, a little pale. So
Right, Mustafar would have cleared that up for him. I feel like.
I didn't get an even burn. I didn't get an even burn. So gotta go someplace for full exposure and exfoliation.
I hear the sun shines bright on Ethor.
Oh really? Well, we go to Ethor.
It costs you an arm and a leg.
Perfect. Yeah, so next session sounds like the crew is in. Will be the expedition to Ethor. With trying to make your way onto kind of Master Nimyen's stronghold. And you guys have heard a few things about this. This is where she's initially shaped her first of the Shriekers, the former Ithorians that she's shaped into her living weapons. It's not the main kind of shaping den for the Terran to task, but she has made some from the planet. It's kind of her stronghold on that side. The potential to not only rescue Dash, potentially the Gardener, maybe even Caesar himself, but the former Supreme Chancellor has been captured and brought there as well. So the potential to be able to bring him, or at least get him out, and have another rallying point for the Republic to hopefully break away from Avon and the Vong. Yeah, so next session will be figure out how you guys, and encourage you guys to get creative with it, figure out how you guys want to make your way there. That is through Vong space with a decent fleet there. You guys have some resources now between your own refugees you've trained up and given starfighters to, your the Aroidian mutts who are loyal to find the station, the CC-Ru droids you guys have brought to bear to while monstrous to serve the galaxy. So that'll be the first part. Will be making your way onto the planet of Ethor and seeing if you can rescue those of the Vong have taken. And maybe potentially take out a Master Shaper or two.
Well, that's a lot to look forward to.
Thought we wouldn't notice, but you said 2. I heard that. You said 2.
Oh.
Master Shaper or 2.
Unfortunately, there is only one Master Shaper, but maybe we can bring her back and kill her twice.
Sounds real nice.
We'll bring extra med packs just for that.
Yeah, get back up to die.
Wake up so I can kill you again.
Oh, man.
Perfect. We'll pick up there. Will that be the 18th? As we get into that portion, get into taking out one of and Master Shaper Nimyen is one of the 4 main leaders of the Yuzon Vong, handling their science division and their shaping. So expect some crazy poodles you can throw at you.
Barge is gonna ask for whatever resources he can from the Mandos, whatever they can give him. Please, oh pretty please. I guess we can resolve that later, but yeah, this is gonna be fun.
So we'll pick up that in the next session. So everybody make sure you come back for that. And we'll see you all next time.
Yeah.